Welcome to the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Gray. We're brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals, and I have Jimmy Finance in the house, my friends. Jimmy Finance. That's not really your name.
Right.
It's what is it? Colus? How do you say your last name?
Coolis. Jim Coolis. Yeah.
Jim Coolis.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
kind of rhymes with clueless or coolest. But I've heard them all when I was in middle school.
Hey, Jim, first of all, love jimmyfinance.com. I know you got a story behind that. And I don't know that we can cover all your stories because you have a lot of them. You've got a lot of experience. You've been around a long time. You've done a lot of things in the mortgage space. And we were talking in the green room, everybody, just so you know, and he's, Jim's blessed and has done a lot, has been wise about the things that he's done. And so, at the end of the day, he's my age, he's 63. He's more of a part-time, I do it because I can and I like it. But, at the end of the day, I can still go to Spain for 7 weeks if I want or what have you. So just a great, great guy. He's a Breakfast Club, loyal Breakfast Club goer. He's on Breakfast Club
Absolutely.
all the time. And we were talking on Breakfast Club the other day, and this is why I want to do this podcast, is we were talking on Breakfast Club the other day, and you said something that really struck out to me. You said, well, I just decided I wanted to work with musicians. So I got licensed in Tennessee. And so I went down there and started working. Tell me, what's going on? What possessed you to think that's going to be my niche? And then you literally, because you're not in Tennessee, right? You're not based in Tennessee, right?
No.
So, but you decided to get licensed there and just start trolling nightclubs in Tennessee or to find musicians? How did this all work? What's going on?
That's exactly it. End of podcast. So yeah, the family is big into music appreciation. We love bands. I tend to lean towards the Americana acts, which is really not country. It's really not rock. It's really not soul. It's really kind of a combination of all those together, and that just seems to be where my musical tastes lie today.
Okay.
But we listen to everything, and being a kid of the '70s. Back in the day, we could listen to every type of music and nobody cared. And then I don't know if it was because of after radio kind of died and everyone's listening to different different things on their Spotify or whatever.
Internet.
But it seems like it's more segmented now.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at. And so what I said is that, I want to, I made a decision in my business that I only want to work with people that I like. I don't want to have, I don't want to work with people I don't like. That's just how it is. And one of the things that I want to do is I joke about the power of no and, being able to say no to certain things, being able to say no to certain people that you want to do business with. I work with cool realtors. I don't work with the ones that start with an A and then
the not cool. We'll say that.
They're not cool. That's a much nicer way. Sorry, I gotta be more nice too. And then the power to know is what I love is when somebody comes to me where they've been turned down somewhere else because I don't know if it's a sports background or whatever, but I always want to say, oh, I'll figure out a way. Jimmy Finance finds a way to yes type of thing. Well, I started one of the favorite bands that I've ever listened to is called the Lone Bellow, and their lead singer guy was playing a show, and we've followed them and liked them.
Where was he playing the show? Local to you?
So this was in 2000. This was in 2020, so it was right COVID, and it was in Evanston, Illinois. It was right up here. And this band is one of the many ones that I followed everything. Well, he's playing up there in Evanston. It's a COVID thing. It's out in the alley, and there's about 150 people there.
Yeah.
And on a side note, out of 150 people, I've done mortgages now for 3 other people who were in the audience at that show.
Interesting.
That I did not know.
Oh my God.
but so the Lone Bellows playing, and I mean Zach is he's playing a solo show, and I got my group of friends together, and we got our picnic table, that was distanced and everything, and we're sitting there on an October evening having some beers, and after the show, got the courage to go up and talk to them because the Zach was there by the merch table, and there were a couple of people there, and I'm like, you guys, we got to go talk to them. Well, we went and spoke, and then one thing led to another, and I said, I said. One time when you were making this record, you went on Instagram at like midnight, and I was refinancing the world, so I was doing a file at midnight. This is post COVID when things were
Yeah.
crazy, and
Yeah.
and I'm putting in a file, and he goes on Instagram Live when he was doing his record. And sometimes when you go on Instagram Live during the day, there'd be 250 people on the live.
Yeah.
Well, this one night at like midnight, he went on, and there was one person on the live. It was me.
It was
And,
you.
and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, I got to get out of here. I got to get off of this, before, and then he says, hey, it looks like it's just me and you, Zine Koo. And that was my handle
Your
on
handle.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, my one friend had enough beers in her, and she mentioned it to him. And Zach says, "Oh, I think I remember that." And I'm like, "Dude, you don't remember that."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, what do you do?" I go, "I do mortgages, And he goes, "Oh, I need a refinance. I got this loan, and it was horrible. I went through this experience." And I said, "Dude, I can help you out." And he goes, "Well, you got a card?" I go, "I don't need a card. Just remember JimmyFinance.com." And I was starting that branding, and we spoke with him and his wife, who I've gotten to be great friends with now. Well, anyway, they were leaving the venue with their guitar cases, and as he was walking past us, we were kind of being coy because I didn't want my total 13-year-old fangirl to
Right.
come
You're
up.
like, oh my God, it's you. Yeah. So
Yeah, exactly. But he ducked his head into our picnic table and goes, JimmyFinance.com. And and ever since then, I go, you know what? I think I got the branding right because people remember it. And then I got other people in the band, and
so did you
and
help
then
him with his loan?
absolutely,
So you
absolutely.
closed his deal and then
Close
that
his deal.
parlayed into others?
Exactly. And what I was lucky about was that Zach is from a realtor family. So
Oh
he's got
God.
that mentality of introducing people and everything. And
Yeah.
then he's like, hey, one of my other friends named Hugh has got to get a mortgage, Well, Hugh was Hugh Masterson, who I have his, CDs. I mean, I love the guy. He's a great,
So
he's
another
big in
musician,
Milwaukee.
a musician
Yeah,
buddy.
musician buddy, right? And then he got me a couple other people, and then I mean, I've done um, since 2021. I've done. It's not quite 50 yet. I believe it's 48 closed loans in the musician community within the. It's not only Nashville. I mean, there's a big band that's out in uh, Portland called Fruition. Have you ever heard of them? They're bigger on the West
No.
Coast.
Uh-uh.
Fruition is a cool band, and actually, when they come into Chicago, they stay at our house with us.
Get
And
out of here.
yeah, I don't know if I can share a screenshot, but if you go to Instagram Fruition PDX,
Yeah.
they actually filmed a couple things that they put on their Instagram account right underneath my on-air sign.
What
And
a trip,
and
man.
you can go there and see it. And then with the Lone Bellow, they at one of their shows here in Evanston Space. This was in November of 2023, so 2 years ago. They there was a lady on the side who recorded the whole thing and posted it on YouTube.
Mm.
Well, if you go to that show at 55 minutes in, Zach does like a little, hey, I just want to thank the guy at the merch table because they let me work the merch table that
Oh,
night.
you're kidding me.
And oh, did I lean into it? I was asking, hey, is this, when was your first Lone Bellow show? And what's your favorite song? And everybody there, there's 400 people there. Everybody there is just head over heels. But if you go to that YouTube thing, he gives Jimmy Finance a nice little
Shout out.
shout out. And I've done other people. I've done two people that have been on tonight's show. I've done. I went through a bass player run there. Did Cole Swindell's bass player, Jack White's bass player, and then bluegrass. I've done. Have you ever heard of uh, AJ Blue and a Summit? That
Uh-uh.
one. They and a lot of these bands. Like the funny thing is, like Fruition is a Portland band.
Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then click on the bell as well so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. And also, would love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think or what you want to see next.
Like their Instagram says Fruition PDX.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
there are 5 members. None of them live in Portland anymore. And and I have a license out in Washington State, and I've done some musicians that have moved up there. But I mean, from my perspective, is it if I have like on my hierarchy of like who do you want to work with? I want to work with people I like. That's number one. But I also people that have been turned down somewhere else, the power I know. And then I love, love, love working with the first time home buyers that I got to do 90 days of credit repair with them,
Yeah.
and then mold the down payment and how to get the and then work with the realtor to get a seller credit built into the maximum number
Yeah.
that's allowed, and then maybe work in a lender credit if they can't get the full amount, so that we're at that, whether it's 3% or 6% on FHA or whatever. It just closed the loan on the first, with people that I started working with in July. And when we had our first talk and discussion and everything, I was in Paris for
Mm.
that. And here we are. We had got her from a 538 FICO to a 605, got them into a single. They bought a home in Iowa, and and how they came to me was a beautiful thing. But the first time home buyer has just been. I think that I love the feeling at my age now of setting someone up to get on that train of wealth creation.
Mm.
And this is a $158,000 house in Iowa. What's it going to be 30 years from now? I don't know, but I do know it's going to be better than them renting.
Indeed. Indeed.
And so, but I love the musician side because I love going to shows
That is
and
such a trip. And it's what's so cool because these the musician community, right? They do all know each other. A lot of them know each other. And so to actually break into that, demographic and then have it actually kind of play out like you wanted it to, like because you wanted to do loans for musicians and you managed to
oh,
start
I
with,
lost you. You froze on me on my side.
okay, let me know when I'm back.
Now
Am I
you're
back?
back.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So
So
you
you
said
want,
community.
yeah, their community is tight knit and you wanted to work with them and you got your foot in the door, with your first musician and of note, right? And then that has parlayed into referral to referral to referral. And, you've done almost 50 now in that arena. And I mean, that's what I wanted to talk about, Jimmy. It's just, I think it's really cool that you had that in your heart. Like, I'd like to work with these kind of people. They're cool. I like music. I like this kind of music. I'd love to work with those people. And you managed to do it. Like you did it. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I don't like to get all Oprah on you, but I'm speaking things into existence.
Mm,
I'm starting to become a huge believer in that.
mm,
And I always I was the only Greek boy in a family, which I don't know if you realize just how high a pedestal you're put on as
mm,
the only Greek male son.
mm,
And confidence was never my downside, and the
mm,
ability to talk to people has been fun. But
mm,
the musician side, what's cool about it is I do not advertise. I don't pay for anything. The one deal that I did for the guy who was on tour with Ed Sheeran as a guitar player, he'd been renting this house in Nashville for 5 years. The people that owned it, their tax bill went from $2,700 to $4,000, and they're like, "That's it, we're out." And they said, "You guys got to move or you got to buy it." And so
mm,
he got turned down by two banks in Nashville, the traditional banks. And there's 3 banks in Nashville that specialize in working with entertainment people.
Mm,
And one of them is a referral source for me because they have to follow the strict banking stuff,
right.
whereas I've got the non-QM stuff. And typically with the stuff that's outside the box that I can do with musicians is really the bank statement programs and
Yeah.
things like that. There's
Stuff that
other
we all
ways.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Another way to find a way to yes. It's another
Mm,
way to show they have the ability to repay. And
yeah.
and I got his info, and I knew I was going to have to get an exception for one small thing, but that was an easy one that I've gotten in the past. And I told him, yeah, like within an hour, I said, "Oh, I can do this. You can do it." He goes, "Are you sure?" He
Yeah.
didn't even believe me. But how
Yeah.
he came about is that he had gotten turned down. He was writing songs with one of another of my past clients, and he told them, "Oh man, I just got turned down." And the guy goes, "You got to call my guy Jimmy."
Jimmy
He goes,
Finance.
"Who?" Jimmy Finance.
Yeah.
And that's when that guy said, he goes, "Oh, that's badass. What's his name?" And I really know, like, because everybody here in my life is, I'm Jim, but there's few guys sports wise that still say Jimmy, but I never branded Jimmy Finance until 2017, 18-ish, like that.
Yeah.
And down south, and they all know me as Jimmy. So I
Yeah.
know that's working. And I've worked with a couple realtors down there that are friends with band people, because I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this refinance with them, but I want to keep you involved. How can we work with other people? And I've done a couple of the follow up, refer back to you,
Mm.
which I've stolen from some other place. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. I did do a little twist in it because I call it furbty.com,
Yeah.
FURBTY. Follow up, refer back to
To
you.
you. Yeah.
And
Oh
but
man.
it's but the word of mouth is really what the game is all about, and I cannot express the gratitude I have with these people. Last week when I was in Nashville, I did because we have a huge gravitational pool now in Nashville. I was doing business down there, but then
Yeah.
my son moved there with his wife, and now they've
Uh,
had two kids, and we've got grandkids there. And with my wife,
yeah.
that grandma's got to get to Nashville to see them, and they
Yes,
are.
that works out. Yeah.
Yeah, so but they allow me to do a little business for one day, and I put together my "It's a Wonderful Life" gift baskets, and went to a local bakery and bought a big loaf of bread,
Yeah.
and put them in my baskets, and drop those off at every place, and I've already gotten two referrals from the little baskets that I dropped off, and
Jimmy, this is just a super cool story. I know it's inspirational for me. I love the fact that you're, in a place in your business where you can say no, and you can really just think about who I really want to do business with, and you can just bring it into existence. Like you just make it happen, and I love it. And the musician angle, especially because I'm a musician and I've fantasized about being able to, help musicians with their finances, and you've done it, and it's exactly how I would have liked to have seen it. Like not only did you do the first one, but then that led to the other one, and this person referred you to that person. Oh, you got to talk to Jimmy Finance. Oh, let me talk to him. The next thing you know, you're the guy. The mortgage business, I'm doing private capital right now, private capital stuff, right? And
sure.
things like that. And it's funny. It's like in that musician circle, it's kind of like the I got a guy business as well, right? You need someone. I got a guy. And so you're that guy in that circle right now, where if they couldn't get a bank loan done or whatever, what? Oh, I got a guy. You're the guy. It's just neat. It's just super super
I don't
cool.
think I don't think I've ever sent you an email, have I, Frank?
I don't know.
But the bottom of my email, it says, obviously, referrals from you are the best thing, and if I could count on you to send them my way, and then at the end it says, "Hey, I got a guy, Jimmy Finance,"
I love it.
and
I got a
that's
guy. How weird is that? See, we were meant to do this, Jimmy Finance. Anyway, look, I want to get out of here. I hope this was inspirational for those of you that are watching and listening. It's totally possible to have a vision of who it is you really want to be associated with and work with and make it happen. It's totally possible, right? You just have to do it and find a way. And if that means stalking singers at midnight on Instagram, that's what it means. That's what it means.
Taylor Swift, here I come. Thank you,
Right.
Frank. It's been an honor. It really has.
Hey,
Thank you.
always a pleasure, dude. Love talking to you. Love seeing you on Breakfast Club. For those of you watching and listening, join us Breakfast Club every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Go to breakfastclubzoom.com, breakfastclubzoom.com. You'll see me and Jimmy Finance and a bunch of other
And
people.
bring a friend to Breakfast Club.
Bring a friend. Yeah,
That's
we'd love
right.
it. Hey, Jimmy, thanks for everything, brother.
Thank you.
All right, we'll
Bye.
see y'all later.